Okay, hello. This is just gonna be a quick update video. Yeah, I put this image up because I'm not playing anything, I'm just talking, so I don't know what else I could put up, but whatever. Okay, as some people may have noticed from my previous Loop Hero videos, oh, 3 people, cool. Actually, that might be duplicates, whatever. One person! What else would I expect? Um, I have been playing another game called Trials. So, yeah, decided to make this video as a explanation for what that is, plus a sort of up-and-coming thing, because I'm planning on doing a series about it. Okay. Trials is a horror adventure, exploration, puzzle, tabletop roleplay game, essentially. It's sort of like D&D. Is the easiest way that I keep explaining it to people, but whatever. So the video series I'm planning on doing on it is essentially a survival series. I'm gonna bring in a couple of the players. They're gonna play through. They're each gonna have 1 life, minus powers, but I'll get to that soon. And essentially, they're going to see how long they can live for. Should be interesting. Maybe. If you like D&D, this may pique your interest, but whatever. Yeah, so that is what I'm planning, but yeah, I should probably go over what Trials is, though. Well, okay, I just went over what it is, basics, but, the actual basics, because you're going to be jumping straight into with there. This would be so much easier if I could speak English. You're going to be jumping straight into it with some people who have played the game for a while. The game's been out. Okay, Trials. Don't bother googling it. You're not going to get what is happening, because I built the game. I say I built it. It's not really a video game. It's as I just said, a tabletop roleplay. God, I'm bad at this. But yeah, there's going to be some mechanics and stuff that I'm going to explain here, so that I don't have to explain it later in the video, because you're going to be watching people who already know this stuff. First up is nightmares. Nightmares are, basically what we call the creatures. They're, instead of just saying monsters or creatures or enemies, they're nightmares. That's what they're called. Don't really know how much more I can elaborate on that, but whatever. Each trial has a escape mechanic to escape, because their goal is to survive whatever threats are in the map with them and escape. Pretty simple. Each map has a door that has some locks on it. They have to open the locks to leave. It's not too hard of a system, but whatever. Anyway, so the other things okay. I forgot where I was. The survivors have things called links. Links to their abilities. Essentially, think of like the classes in D&D. Instead of having that, it's a bit more of a freeform build. You get whatever. Essentially, links are powers that they have from their nightmares, because I didn't make all the nightmares myself. The players made some of them, and they got special powers for making nightmares. That's what links are. They can also do a thing called link sharing, where essentially they can copy one of their abilities to give to a teammate for a match. So you'll see them doing that before the game starts. Then there's there's a 5th one, but it's not out yet. What are they called? Progression systems. each player got to pick one of the progression systems to use. The class system is pretty basic. You gain a bonus to one stat, but a negative to another stat, and it kind of evens out. But I'm not going to go too in depth into that, because nobody uses it. Same with the artifact system, which I'm still working on, where people get like a powerful weapon to use, but again, not done yet, so I'm going to skip it. The three that are important are the perk system, where a person has a certain number of perk slots that they can put in perks that they buy using points that they've earned from playing and winning matches. And they give unique abilities, stat buffs, etc. The training system, which a couple of our players are using, which grants them bonus stats depending on how well they're rolling. It's essentially a simple system of every time they roll a nat 20, they get a +2 permanent to that stat. But to balance it out, if they get bad luck on their rolls, aka a nat 1, they lose a 1 to that stat. It kind of scales pretty quickly if they get good rolls, but it also can go badly if they get bad rolls. It's purely luck-based. It's interesting. I personally wouldn't use the system. Some of my players like it, though, so whatever. Last system is the Nightmare Power system, where essentially a player can earn abilities and stats based on their knowledge of the nightmares, which we only have one player currently using that system, so you'll get to see what that system does and how broken it can be if he decides to use them. Anyway, I mentioned trial types before with the escape mechanisms. Basically, there's 16 different trial types at the moment, I think. Roughly over half of them are usable, because the other half are still in development / need additional work, but whatever. Each trial type is a different environment for the players to run around in. Different trial types have different nightmares and different escape mechanisms, environmental hazards that they have to work through, etc. Items that they can find. You'll see what happens with that when they run into a unique trial. Next up, nightmare categories. It's very weird with nightmare categories. You've got outside forces, which are... they're not actually present, hence outside forces, but they affect the trial indirectly. They can cause negative effects on the survivors without the survivors actually interacting with them physically. They generally have effects that permeate through the entire trial. You'll probably encounter one of them pretty quickly. I'll maybe point it out? I don't know. Depends on how... whatever. Next up is primary. Primaries are big threat nightmares. They're usually pretty difficult to deal with and can pretty quickly kill the survivors. So, yeah. Then there's secondaries, which spawn in larger amounts throughout the trial. They're not as threatening, but can still pose a threat, whether by their numbers or by their effect. And you've got exclusives, which are basically kind of like primaries or secondaries. It's confusing to explain exclusives. I still don't really know what the hell I'm doing with that, but whatever. There's boss nightmares, which are ridiculously powerful, and you probably won't see them run into for a while, but we'll get to that. Anyway, oh crap, I just thought of something else to say, and now I've forgotten. I'm great at this job. Lastly, what you're going to be able to see, because this is a tabletop roleplay. There is no actual footage to show you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up the recorder so you can see it. We play this over Discord, so we're rolling dice using a Discord bot. You'll get to see the dice rolls so you know what's happening. I'll probably set it up so you can also see who's talking at what time, and I'll maybe get someone to stream them making the map, because, as I said, it's an exploration game. They don't actually know the map beforehand. I have it written down myself, and thus they don't know then. And some players like to draw the map, so I'll probably get one of them to stream drawing the map so you can have a bit more stuff to see, because, God, there's not much of it. I think that was everything. Oh, yeah, also, there's lots of different players. You'll get to meet each of them as they come in. I'll do a quick explanation of their powers and stuff when I introduce each of them, as well as how long they've been playing for, maybe some previous experiences, etc. Oh boy, it's going to be interesting to try and explain some of them. I think that's it. Oh, also I'm going to be trying to use diverse nightmares, basically, like, not using the same one in multiple videos, because that way you get to see more content. Which shouldn't be too hard. There's almost 200 nightmares. How close are we to 200? I don't actually know. I should really keep count of that. But whatever. That is basically everything. Have fun watching, I guess. I don't know how to end a video. Yep, bye.